MLSs, gives them value back, and ultimately benefits the members, which is what this is all about in the end. What we did here quickly is we had questions over time talking about, well, what about my data and where is it? And I feel very protective over it, and we certainly understand and value that. On a listing level basis, I asked 8 of our brokers who are part of our advisory board, send me a copy of your listing detail, which I called an agent version, which gives the escrow and the specifics about mapping areas and key box numbers that consumers don't care about, nor do they see. And then I said, also tell me all the sites where you send this listing as part of your advertising to consumers. The average listing was on 26 public sites. From your company site to the agent site to the MLS public access to Realtor.com to ListHub to 26 was the number. And when I compared, and I literally in a very scientific way went through and highlighted every field that was similar, 93% of the fields that were on that MLS listing sheet were on public display. And the things that weren't within that 7% were some of the things I talked about. There were some property-specific things, like not all the sites aggregated square footage per level, but all the tax record was available. You can go to the tax sites to each county. And so that was an interesting thing, and this is talking about active data, of course. The next phase that we're doing for beta testing is we've got 10 to 12 markets we're working with from around the country. I will be starting and going physically to those markets, working with their leadership, doing a presentation like this, going through a demonstration, and then they will be receiving their logins, and they'll begin working on the RPR system for somewhere between 30 to 60 days and offering feedback, glitches, and just good ideas about how this might work better for them prior to launch. And we've got this in varied sizes. MLSs range from 800 to 30,000. We have residential, we have commercial, we have different vendors. So we're going into this final beta phase to build out the last specifics for the application in the next couple of months. And then this is our launch schedule. As I mentioned, that API, that data feed, is available for MLSs in the next couple of weeks. We'll be starting our beta phase in March and April. The User Advisory Council, which again, I'd urge you to please send in if you're interested, starts in March. Our beta markets will be the first markets in the country that will actually go from their 50 user members, beta users, to their full MLS roster, and that will start happening in May. Additional markets that are contracting with us now will come on in line one by one as we go through their data mapping and get the agreement signed. And then because this is for NAR members, we will be launching this phased geographically, which means blocks of realtors on a geographic base will start to be able to come on. Basically, you'll have your login lit up, and you'll be able to click in to NARRPR.com and be able to see everything that you've seen here, accepting your MLS, depending on whether or not they've chosen to include their data in the feed. But this is a member service, so you're going to be able to have access to that as a benefit of NAR sometime starting in July. And then lastly, we have an RPR blog, which I call a website, but apparently the difference between a blog and a website is a blog is a website that you can actually interact with. So you can go to blog.narrpr.com and you can see what's on the site. It's interactive FAQs. Every question has an answer, and every answer has a place where you can comment and share what you think of it with other users. There's enrollment packages for MLSs and CIEs, which are commercial MLSs, who choose to start to work with us. There's a weekly schedule of live demonstrations where you can register and then take part of a demonstration like the one you're going to see today by webinar. And there's also archived pre-recorded demonstrations, and then posts about what's happening most recently with RPR and a newsletter that you can sign up for. And then we've got a big list of stuff that we need to do, which is all right here. And I think the most important points I've been able to share with you. And I know we're going to be available for questions later, but I would really like to have the demonstration begin.